Hey, Cowboys Nation! We have a lot to unpack today as the season moves into one of its most critical stretches. And there's a mixture of excitement and caution in the air. The Dallas Cowboys have been through a challenging set of games so far, facing a brutal schedule that included matchups against the Lions, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Chargers. It has been a gauntlet that has tested the team in every possible way, revealing both the potential and the gaps in the roster. But as we look ahead to the upcoming clash with the Las Vegas Raiders, there is reason for optimism, because the team is finally starting to get some key pieces back onto the field, and that could be a game changer for the defense, which has struggled to find consistency this season. The first and most notable return is Marvin Overshown, a player who has shown explosive playmaking ability in the past, and whose absence has been felt keenly through the first 9 games of the season. Overshown's presence on the field is electric, and his ability to read offenses and make big plays has the potential to breathe new life into a defense that has given up far too many points per game. Alongside him, there is the promising rookie Savoni Revel, a third-round pick who has been recovering from a torn ACL sustained last September. While there is no absolute guarantee that Revel will be active for the Raiders matchup, the fact that he has come back strong from a significant injury is an accomplishment in itself. His development will be carefully monitored, with the coaching staff prioritizing gradual integration and realistic expectations, even if Revel is not immediately a game-changing force. His return represents the first step towards strengthening a secondary that has been thin on depth and experience. The combination of Overshown's established talent and Revel's youthful potential marks the beginning of what could be a transformative period for this defense. Adding to this is the acquisition of Logan Wilson and All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, both brought in just before the NFL trade deadline. With these 4 players coming together, the Cowboys' defense is essentially getting a makeover, replacing underperforming units with proven NFL talent and adding fresh energy where it is desperately needed. This reshaping of the roster signals that the team is serious about improvement and has a clear focus on turning the defensive struggles round. For Overshown, the narrative is particularly compelling. After a devastating knee injury that interrupted his 2020 season, he is returning under the bright lights of a primetime Monday night game in Las Vegas. The anticipation is high because fans remember his peak performance from the previous year, when he was making plays that changed games. His return is not just about filling a roster spot. It is about restoring a spark, demonstrating resilience, and showing what he is capable of when fully healthy. He has spoken about his excitement and readiness to contribute, emphasizing that he feels stronger than ever and prepared to test himself at the highest level again. For Revel, the path is slightly different. He has shown remarkable perseverance in his recovery, and the focus will be on gradually integrating him into the team, allowing him to gain confidence and rhythm without rushing the process. Even if his impact is not immediately evident on the stat sheet, the mere presence of a player who has overcome a major injury adds depth and potential to the roster, providing options for the coaching staff as they look to strengthen the defensive backfield. The broader context here is crucial. The Cowboys are entering a phase of the season where every game carries weight, and the margin for error is slim. With reinforcements coming in, the team has a chance to not only stabilize the defense, but also explore what the current roster can achieve with these additions. The goal is clear: to reduce the number of points allowed per game, improve overall defensive efficiency, and build a unit that can compete at a consistently high level down the stretch. While optimism is warranted, there is also a reminder of the challenges that remain, particularly in the safety position. Wayne Thomas has been placed on the reserve list due to persistent migraines, which is a major blow to the depth chart. His absence highlights the fragility and unpredictability of player health in the NFL and underscores the importance of having capable backups and emerging talent ready to step in. The Cowboys now face the task of not only integrating returning players like Overshown and Revel, but also managing the gaps left by unforeseen setbacks. This duality of excitement and caution defines the current state of the team. On one hand, reinforcements are arriving that have the potential to shift the trajectory of the defense. On the other hand, health issues and prior struggles remind everyone that nothing is guaranteed, and that careful management and strategy will be essential in the coming games. The narrative of the season has shifted from simple wins and losses to a deeper evaluation of the team's capacity to adapt, improve, and maximize the talent available. Fans are watching closely, knowing that the upcoming weeks will not only determine playoff eligibility, but also provide a clearer picture of the team's identity under current coaching and management decisions. The returns of Overshown and Revel, along with the additions of Wilson and Williams, provide tangible reasons for excitement, offering hope that the defensive woes of the first half of the season can be mitigated and transformed into a more cohesive and formidable unit as the team prepares to face the Raiders. Attention will be on how quickly these players can mesh with the existing roster and what impact they will have on game plans, rotations, and overall performance. Every snap will be analyzed, every matchup will matter, and the combination of veteran savvy and youthful energy will be tested in real time. Beyond the individual performances, the broader picture is one of strategic recalibration. The coaching staff now has the tools to experiment, adjust, and find solutions to lingering problems that have hampered the team. It is a moment of potential transformation, where a mix of returning stars and new talent could redefine the defense, restore confidence, and set the stage for a strong finish to the season. Fans should be prepared for an evolving story, one where early struggles may give way to breakthroughs and where player health, timing, and integration will all play pivotal roles in determining outcomes. In short, this period represents both opportunity and challenge. The Cowboys are poised to test themselves, leverage returning talent, and navigate the complexities of roster management, all while facing a demanding schedule that will push them to their limits. Overshown's electrifying presence, Revel's promising return, Wilson's experience, and Williams' power all combined to create a defense that could surprise opponents and energize fans. Yet, the unpredictability of injuries, the nuances of chemistry, and the pressures of high-stakes games mean that nothing comes easy, and every success will need to be earned through execution, preparation, and resilience. This is the point in the season where character is revealed. Adjustments matter most, and every player's contribution is magnified. The Cowboys are entering a new phase, one that balances hope with realism, excitement with caution, and opportunity with the challenges of remaining competitive in a league where every detail counts. It is an unfolding story of recovery, reintegration, and the pursuit of improvement, with the potential for the defense to shift from liability to strength, and for the team as a whole to redefine its narrative as the season progresses. As we move forward into the next stretch of the season, the focus for the Cowboys shifts toward evaluating how these returning players can impact not just individual games, but the trajectory of the team as a whole. The defense has been under significant pressure all season, giving up nearly 30 points per game on average, and the addition of Overshown, Revel, Wilson, and Williams represents a rare opportunity to alter that dynamic. Overshown, having already proven his ability to make game-changing plays, brings a level of confidence and leadership that the defense has been missing. His return is not simply about adding a familiar face. It is about providing a catalyst for the secondary and the entire defensive unit to elevate their play. When he steps onto the field, the energy shifts, his instincts, speed, and ability to read the quarterback's intentions create opportunities for turnovers and momentum swings that can completely change the flow of a game. For Revel, the situation is more nuanced. After a long rehabilitation from a torn ACL, the emphasis is on measured progression, while there is understandable excitement about seeing what he can do. The coaching staff is making clear that expectations are tempered by the reality of his first full season back. His presence alone is a positive sign, indicating that the Cowboys are investing in the long-term health and performance of their players, rather than rushing them back into high-stakes situations. This careful approach is essential, particularly in the context of modern football, where the physical demands and risk of re-injury are high. Revel's gradual integration into the rotation allows the team to assess his capabilities and how he can complement other defensive backs like Don Bland, who has had solid showings but still leaves questions about overall depth at cornerback positions. The combined impact of these roster adjustments has broader implications for game planning and strategy. With Wilson and Williams joining the defensive line, the Cowboys can apply more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, giving the secondary additional opportunities to make plays. The coaching staff has an expanded toolkit, which opens the door for creative schemes, rotational adjustments, and situational versatility. This is especially critical given the unpredictable nature of injuries and performance swings over the course of a grueling NFL season. At the same time, the team faces setbacks that temper the optimism. Wayne Thomas being moved to the reserve list due to chronic migraines is a stark reminder of how fragile player health can be and the ripple effect it has on roster stability. His absence creates immediate gaps in the safety rotation and forces the Cowboys to re-examine their depth chart, looking for both short-term solutions and long-term developmental strategies. It also emphasizes the reality that availability is a cornerstone of success in the NFL, and even talented players can see their careers and opportunities impacted by circumstances beyond their control. The juxtaposition of these developments, the return of impact players and the loss of a promising safety, frames the current narrative of the Cowboys as one of resilience, adaptation, and strategic recalibration. Every practice, every matchup, and every game situation becomes a laboratory for evaluating talent, testing schemes, and preparing for the eventual playoff push. As fans watch, the key storyline is how quickly the team can integrate these returning athletes and convert their potential into tangible on-field results. The excitement surrounding Overshown and Rebel is not merely about nostalgia or individual performance. It is about the collective uplift that these players can provide. Their presence changes how opponents prepare, how the coaching staff calls plays, and how teammates engage with one another on both sides of the ball. Each snap becomes an opportunity to measure progress, build confidence, and refine the team identity. For Overshown, the narrative is about redemption and resilience. He has overcome serious injury, and the stage is set for him to demonstrate that he can not only return to his prior level but potentially exceed it. His performance in prime-time settings, under the scrutiny of a national audience, will be closely watched, as it offers a glimpse into the potential ceiling of this defensive unit. Rebel's journey, while different, is no less compelling. His path from injury recovery to active roster integration embodies patience, perseverance, and long-term planning. The coaching staff's decision to gradually bring him into game situations reflects a commitment to sustainable development and maximizing his contribution without jeopardizing his future performance. Beyond the individual storylines, the broader context is clear. The Cowboys are in a phase of evaluation, experimentation, and growth, with a roster undergoing transformation and a schedule that remains challenging. The next series of games is not just about wins and losses. It is about understanding the team's strengths, identifying weaknesses, and determining how new pieces fit into the overarching strategy. The season's narrative has shifted from pure competition to a layered assessment of capability, chemistry, and potential, where each player's performance contributes to a larger picture of what the Cowboys can achieve. Fan expectations remain high, but realism tempers that excitement. While every supporter hopes for victories and playoff positioning, the practical focus is on improvement, cohesion, and the effective deployment of talent. Wins are important, but so is the development of young players, the management of returning stars, and the integration of new acquisitions. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. Whispers have been swirling around the Dallas Cowboys facility, and now one of the team's biggest stars has finally spoken out. CeeDee Lamb, usually composed and focused, has reportedly expressed deep frustration over what he calls a toxic atmosphere within the organization. According to sources close to the situation, the star receiver didn't hold back in private conversations, saying that they're tearing the team apart from the inside. The comment, allegedly made behind closed doors, has since leaked and sent shockwaves through the Cowboys community. Fans are already speculating about who they might be: coaches, front office figures, or even certain teammates. While Lamb hasn't gone public with a direct statement, his inner circle suggests he's grown increasingly disillusioned with the direction the team is taking. Insiders describe a locker room split between veterans trying to hold things together and younger players feeling unheard. The tension, they say, isn't just about performance on the field, it's about identity, leadership, and trust. CeeDee loves this team, said one source, but he's tired of the same issues being swept under the rug. He feels like accountability has disappeared. Some speculate that Lamb's frustration could be linked to ongoing contract negotiations or dissatisfaction with the offensive scheme, while others insist it runs deeper, a sense that the Cowboys' culture, once built on unity and pride, is fracturing under pressure. The organization has not commented publicly, but team officials are reportedly monitoring the situation closely. Meanwhile, fans have flooded social media with messages of both support and concern. Some see Lamb as a voice of truth, speaking up about what many suspected. Others worry that his words could spark even more division. Whatever the case, one thing is clear: the Cowboys are no strangers to drama, but this time, the storm seems to be coming from within, and if CeeDee Lamb's warning proves true, the cracks in the foundation may be wider than anyone realized. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.